Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a pet battle over at the Darkmoon Faire. We're taking on Jeremy Feasel. We have a couple of strategies for you, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are against Jeremy Feasel. The first strategy we have is using a mechanical Pandaren Dragling in our first slot with Breath, Bombing Run, and Decoy. In our second pet we're using a Phoenix Hatchling with Burn, Immolate, and Conflagrate. But in this second slot, it can be there's numerous pets that will fit this. You just want a pet here that has elemental damage against the mechanical. This works best because Conflagrate actually does quite a bit of damage when you get Immolate off on him. And the third pet, I'm using Menagerie Custodian, but this can also be any pet with a large single attack, just in case you need to clean him up if your second pet doesn't take him out completely. Okay, so when you start off, you're just the first pet is quite simple. You're just going to be using Breath until they die, until Judgment's dead. Okay, so this Breath will take him out, and then when the next pet comes in, what we'll do is we'll put up Decoy, and then we'll switch, and this Phoenix Hatchling just massacres this Tonk. So what's what happens if we put on Immolate, and then we're gonna hit him with Conflagrate. And because we have the decoy up, he takes him all the way down to where he has to die and then come back. So he comes back, and he'll hit you. That's okay. We'll hit him with one more burn. And look how easily we took out the little Tonk there. So Feswit comes in. When Feswit comes in, you're just going to use Immolate and get his health down a little bit. If you can. He's going to daze you here. That's fine. Occasionally that happens. You're just going to pass. And then when Conflagrate's up, you're going to use Conflagrate. And then we'll hit him with another burn. If your pet dies, you can just bring in one of your last pet to finish this off, but most of the time this is exactly what happens. Your Phoenix actually takes out Feswit. So it's a pretty straightforward fight, and with that setup, okay, so for our second strategy, everybody uses a mechanical Pandaren Dragling really on their first pet, you know, in the first strategy. So I just thought I'd come up with something different. I'm using a Spawn of Onyxia with Breath, Scorched Earth, and Liftoff, a Fell Flame with Flame Breath, Immolate, and Conflagrate, and then I just have a Crow in my last slot. But this can be any pet with, you know, ideally a high speed and a large single attack. So when we get started, what you'll do is you'll start off with Scorched Earth, and then you'll just spam Breath until Judgment is dead. So Judgment goes down, and when the Honky Tonk comes in, you'll want to try to cast Liftoff. You may not get it as he attacked me there. Sometimes he actually does lock on first, but if he does hit you first and die, that's fine. But now Scorched Earth is already going, so you don't necessarily need to cast Immolate. You can just cast Conflagrate, and you'll get the same damage, or quite a bit of damage, because the target's already burning. So then you can cast either Flamed Breath or Immolate. It doesn't necessarily really matter, but this way Conflagrate starts on cooldown, and you may be able to get another one off on the next pet. Okay, so when Feswit comes in, he's probably going to stun you here. So when he does, you'll just pass. And then you'll use Immolate. And your Fell Flame will die. Sometimes you can get Immolate off in as well as your third attack as well. But so if your third pet does come in, sometimes you actually kill Feasel without even using the third pet. But if your third pet comes in, what I'll do is I'll hit cast Call Darkness, and then I'll use Nocturnal Strike. So if that didn't kill him, then just finish it off with an Alpha Strike. And if that misses, which is rare, 10% chance of missing, but it missed, just do it again. And Fezwick goes down. It's usually actually not that hard. It's actually, usually he dies before you even get your third pet in, but that's the strategy, or the second strategy that I would use on Jeremy Feasel, if you don't have a Mechanical Pandaren Dryling. The first strategy is oftentimes the most consistent.